Don't remember yesterday's game a whole lot. Just know how it ended yesterday, and then obviously today. Uh, Glad we finished it off like we did, especially with the temperatures and the wind today. It was good to not drag that on and have to play a couple more innings, finish it up. Um, Today's game, I just thought offensively that we did a really good job of laying off a lot of borderline pitches early in the count. Took some balls, got into some good hitters counts, took our walks. I know we walked double digits, probably 12. How many did we walk? 13 times. I think we got hit by maybe three pitches, three batters, and it's a lot of free passes. Plus, you throw in a couple of errors, especially that leadoff error by the pitcher on the ball that was capped and spinning. I tried to feel it with his bare hand, and it spun out of his hand. And then, just seemed like the inning, went our way after that. So, we hit for some power today, hit some doubles. Really liked the way Behava drove two balls to right field for doubles. I really enjoyed that second inning when we started rally with two outs and got back the two runs that we gave him on the home run. Um, I think in the two games we scored on, it seemed like almost every inning. So just I feel like our offense is getting better, and a lot of guys are contributing. It makes it difficult to fill out a lineup in a couple of spots, but I'd rather have that than not have enough choices. So, uh, good job coming out there by our team and playing with a little bit of spirit. It's fun in the dugout.
Seems like that ninth inning single for Nolan on Sunday has got him back on track a little bit. What have you seen from him over the last few games?
Yeah, well, Nolan and Coach Thompson went in and made some adjustments, changed it, stood him up a little bit. He'd probably give you a few more details, but they've worked hard together, and I agree with you though. This game is so mental, and make an adjustment, you get a hit, start feeling better about yourself, standing in the batter's box and confident, and he's definitely swinging the bat with a lot more authority and confidence since that base hit.
I feel like we ask about Cahil every time you're in here. Have you ever seen a DH on your teams have this kind of run?
I don't know about a DH. I had a pretty good hitter named Kenny Harvey back at Nebraska that hit the ball like this. He was hitting about 500 going into May, and ended up playing in the big leagues with the Royals, mostly as a DH. But he played first base for me. But yeah, it's been fun to watch him. Even just like the last home run he hit, pitcher made some really nice pitches, and he made one mistake, and he left it up. Right when he left it up, you could see it coming from the side, and it was just bang. And I thought it hit the wall. The thing just kept going, went out of the park. That wind was pretty violent. Not fun to pitch in.
How important was that home run he hit on what was it, like the ninth pitch of the restart, just to get you out of there and on to the next game?
Yeah, that was a big swing, and just you never know what could happen. I told our team, I said, we could line out three times and play the full game, and you just never know. I said, but let's not do that. Let's find a way to get this run in. But he had a really good at bat. He fouled off some pitches, laid off some pitches, and then he got him one that was a full count. And just threw it looked like a get me over curveball. I mean, it was bell tie down the middle, and he just destroyed it. Um, you know, Finished it up, and I told the guys before that inning started that if we walk them off the field, we're not going to do anything crazy because we got another game. Don't be chasing anybody out to center field and all that type of stuff. And they got it, and they did a great job.
Bases loaded, is one thing, especially when the run rule is about to be. But are you kind of surprised Cahil's maybe still getting he's not getting so many garbage pitches just yet in terms of this hot streak, and pitchers are still kind of attacking him right now?
Yeah, there was a couple of times I didn't think they would pitch to him in that second game. Obviously, he's not missing mistakes. You got to pitch him really carefully, but I think he walked once maybe. And I don't know, he's, I guess they're worried about the guy behind him, or they're just saying, hey, it's a midweek game. Let's see if we can get the guy out. Maybe they didn't feel like that, they were going to be able to keep up with us offensively. And um, they just, they just went after him. I think that, you have a player this hot, you got to have somebody behind him swinging it well, so he will get some pitches. And, it was really good to see, Kendall get into one there, because that was going to be his last at bat, no matter what he did. If he got on base, I had a runner for him. So just trying to get him a few more at bats. And it's good to see him be aggressive. We've talked to him about that. Be aggressive, get you a pitch, hammer at first pitch, look for a pitch. And he got him a fastball down the middle end, and he hit it hard.
Davlan 4 RBIs, 4 runs here in the second game. You joined Kendall in hitting one to right field there. I mean, how good is it to see him be able to have some power there at the top of the lineup in the leadoff spot?
Well, he's got power. We saw it in the fall. He hit some balls a long way. Hit a couple oppo. His first home run of the year was an oppo homer on a pitch that was about 6 inches outside. And I don't know if you remember it. It's last when we were getting smoked the other day on Friday, 8-1, or I think it was 8-0 at the time. He hit a homer on a pitch to left field, but he got him a pitch and he smoked it. He hit that ball super hard. Didn't matter which way the wind was blowing on that one. It was leaving. And what I really liked though is he took some walks. That's what he does. I just think some guys are just trying to hit the ball and too hard and trying to get off to good starts instead of realizing, hey, I'm going to get a lot of at bats. And in Davlin's case, he needs to take his walks, and he did that today. And then when he got a pitch, he hit it. And, he let off the game and hit one off the pitcher's leg. So he had a really good day for us, and that was good to see.
Any looking ahead to Portland, any changes to the weekend pitching rotation?
Yeah, it'll be the same as last weekend. We haven't even discussed it, but that's obviously what it's going to be with who we've thrown, and it'll be in the same order. As far as Portland, all as we know is we've watched them a couple times this week playing. We've got some of their games that been dissecting a little bit. They pitched really well a couple games. They've had some games that didn't go well. We don't, but again, it's like I tell our players, just as long as we take care of our business, play good defense, which we've been doing. We haven't been giving away runs or extra bats, and continue to get better. Then that's what we can control anyway. So let's just worry about that.
Because any other year we talk a lot more about kind of how well Brent started at the plate. I guess just have you seen him kind of slowly adjust to, playing 5 times a week, midweek, and the weekend?
Talking about Iredale. Yeah, I think he's physically ready to play every day. And, he played 2 years as junior college ball in New Mexico, and not like his luxury junior college over there. They're riding vans and eating bologna sandwiches and all that other stuff. So he's pretty tough. I don't think he's going to have any problem playing 4 or 5 games a week. And he even gave me a funny look when I told him I was taking him out of the game, which I like that. But yeah, he's gotten off to a pretty good start. His at bats are good. Every now and then he'll take strike 3, but I'd rather, have him be under control instead of chasing balls and stuff. And he's been pretty steady Eddie right there at 3, 4, 5 in the order.
And then these run rule wins aren't easy to come by if the pitching isn't kind of up to par as well. 4 runs across the 2 games. Just what do you think about, your midweek pitching staff?
Well, I told our team before the game, on days when the wind's blowing 20 miles an hour straight out, and, the team that plays good defense and doesn't walk people is going to win. And that, would we walk one guy? I don't think we hit anybody. They walked 13 and hit 3. We scored 15 runs on 9 hits. I mean, that's winning baseball, especially on a day like this. And the pitcher did a good job. Ben got 2 quick outs in the second. Guy fights him a little bit, gets on base, and he gives up a home run. And all of a sudden, we're down 2-1. And And then he had a pretty good outing after that. But it's it's nice when you can on a Tuesday or Wednesday you can throw Tank McGuire or McIntyre. Those guys are good. Get them an inning, get them 2 innings, whatever we need to do, and we had a couple of young guys that were ready to go the last couple innings, and then I'm glad we scored the runs that we did. I would have been nice to get those 2 guys in, but there's some more opportunities coming.
I wanted to follow up on a couple of things you said at the Spotters Club the other day on Hunter Dietz. Did he end up throwing? And if so, what did it
He's
look
going
like?
to throw, I think it's tomorrow. Yeah. And that'll be good for him to throw to some live hitters.
You're talking about Gabe and just location and everything with him. From a mentality standpoint, I mean, how's he handled the stuff the last couple of weeks? Because he hasn't gone through that a whole lot.
Yeah, I think he's handled it really well. I mean, he's upset with himself, and he's a hard worker. He's a dedicated kid, man. He wants to win, and he wants to be as good as he can be, and he's got a lot of pride. And I look forward to watching him pitch on Friday. I think he'll have a really good outing.
Coach, you touched on already a little bit about Nolan and Kendall both, leaving the park today. What does that do when you look forward to the weekend, having the 2 of them get going to the lineup as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, if you just grab a box score and you look at some batting averages or statistics, and you're kind of going, okay, that guy and that guy, we can get those guys out, but they're both pretty talented. And 2 years ago, Kendall was one of our best hitters. Last year, he was injured. He even played a little bit as a freshman, so he's got a lot of experience. Hopefully, that'll boost his confidence a little bit. Same with Souza. Those are guys that they can hit anywhere in the batting order. Souza, I mean, physically look like at the highest level, and has the strength and the speed that we need on the field. So it'd be great to have him hit and get on base because he can steal bases and he wants to. We had to calm him down out there at second. He wanted to steal third when we had a 9-run lead. We're not trying to, we didn't want to do that. Just trying to finish the game. But I appreciate that. That's what he wants to do. So, yeah, I mean, it'd be big to get those 2 guys going. And again, it makes it difficult if a guy like Kendall or, the Eloy brothers are rolling, and all of a sudden you get a pretty deep lineup with some sock.
Thanks, Coach. Coach, thanks for your time.
Okay.